Welcome back to another episode of Food by Nichelle. Today we are making some honey sweet Jiffy cornbread. Yes, just because it's in a box don't mean you can't give it your love and your attention to be its best food that you serve. So I got my honey, my egg, my brown sugar, and of course the Jiffy cornmeal and some melted butter. I got my bowl ready in preparation. Now, this may seem weird, but I like to have my bowl a little cold before I put the ingredients in it. I don't know what it is, but I always put it in the refrigerator before I'm cooking things like this. Don't ask me why. I just been doing that. But anyway, I'm pouring the box of Jiffy into the bowl, and then I'm going to crack an egg. Yeah, oh my God. I had to make sure there wasn't any shells in there either, but I cracked the egg, looking for those shells, and it's just the egg. So 1 egg, 2 eggs, depending on how many boxes you cook. The box calls for 1 egg, so that's what I put in. Now, I'm not a milk drinker, but my husband and my kids love them some milk, so I put a little 2% in there because I was out of my almond milk and my coconut milk and my hemp milk, so I had to use that. Brown sugar, always good. I keep me some extra brown sugar at home because I utilize it in a lot of ingredients. And then I melted me some butter. And this is about 3 tablespoons of butter that I'm putting inside the Jiffy corn mixture. Next, I am going to simply add some honey. Now, Jiffy does have a honey cornbread that's out, but adding my own just makes it so much better. I'm stirring the mixture up and making sure there are no clumps in it. No clumps in the cornbread mixture. Just like baking a cake, you don't want clumps of powder or anything surfing around, so you stir it as much as you possibly can. Some people use a blender. Look, I'm old school. I'm gonna use my hands until I get tired. But yeah, so I am going to go ahead and stir it up really, really good so that there are no clumps and humps and bumps in there. And this can take as long as you need. It was taking me a little bit longer because the milk was cold, the bowl was cold, so therefore I had to make sure I got it out. And here, I love cast iron pans. For some reason, it just bakes evenly to me. I love coconut spray because I don't use anything of oil. Try not to use a lot of oil. Canola is about the deepest oil, and olive oil is that I'll go. But I like the healthy aspect of coconut oil lining my pan. So as you can see, it's deeply lined with the oil because you don't want it to stick. And then I'm pouring that mixture into the pan, and as you can see, it's clump free. There are no residue signs. Well, there's a little bit right there, but that's staying in the bowl. Anyway, you can see it's a smooth mixture, and I shake it up a little bit before I put it in the oven. And I'm going to put it on about 375, sometimes 400. It just depends on the speed of your oven and how evenly it cooks. This is a convection oven, so sometimes I have to take it a little lower for the simple reason it burns very fast. And I don't put it on the top rack because it'll been black, okay? Yes, learning the texture. So as you can see, it's nice and brown and pretty, and it is ready to come out. And of course, I have to get my pan holder because I burned my hand the last time by using a towel. And it is so pretty, ready to consume. So I love Jiffy cornbread. Every now and then I'll make my own, but Jiffy, hey, why not? Everything is already in the package, and then I spread a little butter on it. It just makes it so soft and easy to cut. Now, due to time, I'm going to go ahead and cut this, but typically I let it sit, my cornbread cakes or whatever, I let it sit for about an hour before cutting it. But I was rushing for dinner today, and yes, it's going to be yummy. Everybody was hungry and rushing me. I'm not rushing, but I was rushing trying to cut this cornbread here, okay? Yes, but you see how evenly it cuts, and it did break up a little bit because it was still warm, hot. And I always recommend at least letting it sit for at least 30 minutes to an hour before you cut, because otherwise it's going to break up like it did for me. So I sliced it into about 8 to 12 slices, I think, because I am going to utilize this for another recipe tomorrow. And as you can see, it's broken coming out, but it's still yummy and delicious. And I am mixing it with some greens, collard greens that is. But I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thanks for watching.